Hey guys, Mr. Short Hitter here. I may miss you guys after this video because if your goal is to break 80, this is the last video you need. You may not watch the channel after this. I got a Callaway ball. Where'd that come from? I'm going to play a few holes on this brisk, slightly windy, 38-degree day. 375-yard hole here. Into the wind. Not great. A little right there. Let's go check it out. There's some people out there in the houses on the course looking at me like, what in the world is he doing out there in the cold? We hit that ball weak and to the right. We did catch the edge of the fairway because it's a kind of a wide fairway here. We got 191 left. So that ball only went 185 yards. Well, the pin's in the back, so it probably went a little longer than that. I've always talked about keeping the ball in play off of the tee. When you want to break 80, another important thing, it's getting the ball in position. There's certain times when you want to go maybe a little bit on the right side or left side. You can block yourself out by trees and things like that. So you need a certain amount of balls in position. However, you never want to risk hitting it out of play to get the ball in position. Let's say there was a tree blocking the right side. Well, there's out of bounds left here. So I'm not going to play it on the left side and risk hitting it out of bounds. I would just take my chances, and if I hit it right behind the tree, then you have to hit a punch shot because a bogey isn't so bad. When determining our selection from the tee and we're talking about keeping it in play, we need to look at the hole. How tight is the hole to see what club we can hit off the tee? You know, there's instances where I would hit a high wood off the tee and have to hit a high wood into the green because it's so tight. If I hit driver or 3-wood, I could risk hitting it out of bounds or in the water. So I'll just give myself a longer approach into the green. A lot of times I'll work from the front of the green back. It's 360 to the front of the green. If I hit 2 high woods, I can get to the front of the green. If not, I'm 10, 20 yards short and I can still get up and down. This hole, if we go to the right, we've got about 62 yards. And from where I am, we've got another 31 yards to the water. That's 90 yards. If you can't hit a driver in a 90-yard area of width fairly consistently, you have to work on your driving. Breaking 80 is about strategy, but you also have to be able to hit the ball within a certain range of consistency. 191. If you weren't comfortable hitting a fairway wood into this green, you can hit a high wood or a hybrid and leave it short of the green. Sometimes you just have to kind of take your medicine and keep yourself in the game. 191 today into this wind is definitely a 3-wood. There's a bunker left, there's trouble left. So if I miss this shot anywhere to the right, I'm okay. The worst can happen a lot of times with people with the 3-wood is they'll hit it thin or kind of roll it. I did that in a shot with Tom. I hit a real thin one. You'll see that match coming. But if I hit that shot and I'm aiming at to right, the only thing that's going to happen is this ball's going to be short of the green. So we played it right, and the best thing that could have happened happened. I actually hit a little low draw there. Probably caught it a touch thin. Now, I could have hit a high right one. I'm playing it at the right side of the green. If I would have hit it way right, I would have been over here, decent. I got the rough here. I could pitch it onto the green, pitch and run. Worst case scenario, unless something crazy happens and I get a horrible lie, it's an opportunity at a par and should be no worse than bogey. I like to keep the ball on the ground pretty much as possible. This shot here, I would normally hit a 9-iron, but it's so wet out here that I'm going to chip this with a 7-iron and see if we can get it rolling up that hill. You have to kind of manage your expectations around the golf course. You know, we're going to try to hit the best shot we can. We're going to try to get up and down. But this isn't a 90% shot or 80% shot. You know, if we get up and down from this position, really half the time wouldn't be bad. What I didn't do there, I didn't read the break. We hit a decent chip there. We left ourselves probably a 50%er on the putt also. And 50% will probably be pretty good from here. Like it moves a little right to left. Should be the highest point of the green here. I made sure not to loop it coming back from 350 here. We've got a bunker on the right. It's about 225 to that bunker from here, 235. So that bunker is out of reach. Now this is another hole. Fairly wide, got a huge area to hit this ball in. This is not a tight hole at all. So we can go down the middle with no fear here. Out of bounds is virtually impossible to hit it out of bounds here. And there's trees on the right. So if you go to the right, you not only have the trees possibly, but you have to carry that bunker. So there's no bunker on the left. A better approach is from the left side. The area is so wide that I can actually try to hit it on the left side without much fear. But we're still going to just play it a little bit left of center of the fairway. Now, unless you're an extremely straight driver of the golf ball, aiming a drive to the left side of the fairway or the right side of the fairway may not be worth it. Now, there are holes out there to where if the rough isn't heavy, it's better to be in the right rough. You can just blast it in the right rough or blast it in the left rough. Just really think about the type of golf course you're playing, the type of rough you're hitting out of. There's a lot of courses where the rough is low and you can just play it in the rough and have a better approach. We are just off the fairway here, kind of the angle we were looking at. We've got 133 to a front pin. Immediately, just because of this cold air, I'm going to add at least 10 yards. So I'll say 143 to a front pin, winds blowing right to left. Got the bunker on the right, so we don't have to worry about carrying that. So in this instance, if we're a little short, it's okay. I'm going to go 7-iron, well 133, but it's playing 143. Another thing to think about, let's say your average distance. Say you're coming in from 150 yards. You need to be able to hit the green about 3 to 4 times out of 10. Okay, so that ball went a little bit left, although I was going to make sure that I went a little left because of the bunker being on the right. So guys, there's a mound, the left fringe, and my ball hit off that mound and just kicked way back here. Just to clarify again what I was saying earlier on the 3 to 4, the reason why we come up with that number is a third of the greens is 6. It's a little more challenging to break 80 if you don't hit 6 greens in regulation at least. I really thought all that dew on the green was going to really slow that ball down, but it did not. Scratch golfers 3-putt 1.7 times per round. To break 80, don't feel like you have a 3-putt, it's the end of the round. Scratch golfers 3-putt almost 2 times a round. They're obviously hitting more greens than you, but if you can limit that to 2 3-putts a round, then you can rely on your short game to get up and down. We have a 500-yard par 5 here. There's a bunker on the right that's about 225 for me, which with this wind and cold is out of reach. There's water left, but there's no trouble right. There's a couple trees possibly you can end up behind, but it's a lot less penal than going left. So I'm going to play this over right towards that bunker, and if I go right, at least I can keep playing golf. Okay, so we hit a little draw there, aiming straight down the middle of the fairway, and I hit that same draw. I would probably be flirting with the water. I was aiming at this bunker over here. If we go right over here. There's only a couple trees to really contend with, possibly miss the trees, and if not, you could probably punch it down there and still have a chance. But I want to show you, I am 29 yards left of my target. So I drew that ball pretty good. Let's see how far we are from the water now. I'm not going to go all the way down there because I don't want to fall. Okay, it's about 11 yards there, 28 yards. So 29 yards left, 28 yards from the water. You can do that math that if I was aiming in the middle of the fairway where I am now, that ball would have definitely went in the water, just because there is a side slope there too. So even if it didn't hook as much, it could have kicked down in the water. 297 from the middle of the green. I believe the pin may be back. Now here there's water left, but the water is even wider if we go to the left. So water should not be an issue here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit a high wood down there. Kind of in casual water, but so wet, I don't know if there's anywhere to drop it. Right, little right. So that high wood was struck pretty well. Got just over this little pathway here, which is pretty good for me. Pins in the back. 136. Okay, the wind is hurting a little bit. I'm going to look at the back yardage of this green. Okay, the back yardage of this green is 141. Into the wind, cold air, we're going to add 10 yards. Like I said, and it's into the wind. So it's playing 155-ish. And I know I cannot hit this 7-iron 155 yards. So I will go with the 7-iron here. Pin is tucked on the right a little. We'll go a little left of it. We don't want to go pin hunting here. And that's why we play safe. We played safe off the tee, kept it in play where we could have hit it in the water, played safe on the approach, a little bit left, didn't go at that pin, hit it a little right. If I was aiming at that pin, I would have a really tough pitch shot right now. Instead, it's on the fringe. So guys, let's talk about how much I missed that shot. It's about 13 yards right of where I was aiming that 7-iron. If we're aiming at this pin here, I want you to see the shot that I would have instead of this easy up and down from the fringe if I was aiming this shot at the pin. So guys, I don't know if the camera angle does justice to how much more difficult a shot would be from here. Kind of short-sighted to this pin, depending upon what kind of lie you get. How much harder this shot is versus that little putt from the fringe that I have right now. So a big part of breaking 80 is really knowing your dispersion and knowing how bad you can hit it. Because it's not how good our good shots are, it's how bad our bad shots are. A huge part of breaking 80 is the easy up and downs. Whatever your percentage is on these, unless it's 100%, you want to improve it. Easy little chips around the green from good lies within 30, 40 feet of the hole. You have to get up and down a very high percentage from here. Or in. That helps. You guys see it hit the bottom. So I like being even more conservative on longer clubs when we have to carry trouble. This hole here does not have a lot of depth to it. I'm 150 yards from the middle of the green, 161 to the back. I'm going to add 10 yards. The wind that was helping has kind of died down to nothing. So I'm going to add 10 yards, 171 to that back of that green. So I'm going to take a 5 hybrid, 160 to the middle, and the green has a lot of width to it. Any trouble is on the left, so we're going to play it right of center, and we could end up with the long putt here, but a lot better than going left. Okay, it's up there somewhere. So guys, I just want you to take a look at this. You can see the water here on my right side here, the green left. You see how wide the green is? I hit 5 hybrid, which is a club that I would expect to carry in the neighborhood of 160, 165 if I hit it really good. We barely got it to the front of that green there, so it probably carried in the neighborhood of 143 yards or so. To break 80, you don't have to hit hero shots. You just have to hit smart shots. And that was a smart shot. Neighborhood of 35 feet here. It's a big mound on the left side here, left to right. It's going to be a long way up this hill. Never got it started over there. Okay, so this one should move a little bit to my left here. .365. Okay, so it kind of curves to the right. I'm gonna look at the little inland there. 162, 177. I could carry the left portion of the water, so that's part of the landing area. You've got a bunker over there on the left, and then out of bounds is well left of that. So we want to give ourselves, again, the widest landing area. If I go at the right edge of that bunker, that's going to give me a good 40 yards on either side to play with. So I'll go at the right edge of the bunker. Okay, so a little left. The bunker was 225 to get to that bunker, so we should be short of that bunker on the left. We've got 182 to the middle of the green, 161 to the front. There's a big bunker guarding the left side, and there's no bunker on the right unless you go long. So it's kind of open on the right. The miss is right, so we're going to take this over. Anywhere right of this green is fine. We hit a little draw, that's better, but if not, we got to pitch over to the pin. Felt good. We'll see it when we get up there. Nothing like golfing under the moonlight. Okay guys, so my ball is here, and I just want you to see what's behind me. I got the whole green to work with. The pin's kind of just a little left of center, but you see if I hit it anywhere right of this, I still got a shot to the green, no problem. So playing to correct side helps. Okay guys, so we got a good lie here, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit a 9-iron and just get it on a few feet, let it run to the hole. That wasn't too good. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got something out of the video. If you figured out that your issue is driving, maybe check out this video to my right. And if you figured that your issue is lag putting, click this video to my left. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, Mr. Short Hitter, out.
5 holes to go, just play 13. Need a palm away, yeah. Gotta hit more greens.